Hello, gentlemen? I was just putting my organs in canopic jars. That went pretty good. Hopefully everybody's well this evening. This thumbnail, if you're actually watching this live, I forgot to actually make a thumbnail. Typically I make pre-live stream thumbnails. Just forgot. Sometimes it happens. Hopefully everybody's well. We got a little bit of paintball stuff to talk about. Maybe you can kind of tell by the title of this. The National Professional Paintball League is going back to Portugal next month. We're just going to talk about the layout a little bit. The layout's just kind of crazy. Maybe we'll look at teams and brackets and stuff a little bit. I have what we're going to call a correction because I was wrong about some stuff, which typically happens. Maybe we'll talk about the All That Matters Dynasty documentary. And then we're going to do a little bit of a giveaway for our pro level members. But without further ado, as always, I'm going to thank the best paintball store on the planet, bfpgear.com. I think my hands are under that. Yep. bfpgear.com. And BFP Gear just got a bunch of stuff. They got today, well, maybe not today. They probably were told they could release them. My head's off the screen, and I even fixed it ahead of time, and it reset itself for some odd reason. And I'm not really actually ready. I thought my window was open, so we're going to click something real fast. But because it's St. Patrick's Day, BFP Gear got, come on, baby, let's go. Let's boot this thing up. Got in brand new Proflexes. Actually kind of cool Proflexes. They're fitting that, do I want to update my browser? No. I'm just trying to open this, guys. And brand new St. Patrick's Day stuff. They kind of don't match, though. We got 3 different color greens. I actually really like this bottom. It's kind of got a minty little theme to it. I like it a lot. And only $40 too, which is actually pretty good. I kind of expect some of this custom Proflex stuff to be very expensive. I kind of feel like the bottom should be the same price as the strap. That's not BFP Gear's fault, though. That is JT's fault. But head over to BFP Gear. They got all kinds of other Proflex stuff, too. It's not just it's not just these, let's go there. It's not just this St. Patrick's Day stuff. Look at all this stuff, They got all kinds of stuff. Really like these HK bottoms. I'm a fan of these things. One thing I noticed at the tournament, whenever it was, 2 weeks ago, was that a lot of the HK teams are actually using these bottoms. So they're actually using JT masks, but using the HK Army bottom. Check out BFP Gear. There's a link in the description. You want to go check out any of that cool Proflex stuff. What are you assholes talking about in here? Steve? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know. We don't have tons to talk about. I just kind of was trying to gather things to talk about. And why is that not sized right? Man, everything's just getting all weird. Oh, you know what happened earlier is I unplugged my computer straight from the wall. I turned off the power. And I guess I didn't unplug it then, but I just unplugged it when it was on. I don't know. This layout's just crazy. So coming up in April, just a few weeks here, April 13th, April 11th through the 13th, it says right on there. It's going to be the first National X-Ball League tournament in Europe this year, taking place in Portugal. They say Lisbon. It's probably 45 minutes outside of Lisbon. But this thing's just ridiculous. Just as Ting Ting just said. The snake's just crazy. That's mainly why we're talking about it. If it didn't have this crazy layout, I don't know if we'd even be talking about Portugal. But the layout's just psycho. And I wanted to try to look at it on the Guns Up website, but it's actually not available yet on the Guns Up website. It's just crazy. I really liked at least watching the previous NXL layout in Tampa, where they had all the huge center bunkers. They had a lot of the towers in the middle. They were using those wedges in the center to create this, crazy forest of bunkers in the center of the field. But now they're laying them all over on the sides. So there's barely any stand-ups on this whole entire field. I mean, you can see those 2 center cans, and then the center towers, and then nothing else. Everything else is laying on its side, which is interesting. You know, I like that because I can just look over literally everything. I can just stand up out of the back corner and like look at every bunker, which I like. The thing's just crazy, that's all. It's kind of wild to think that there's like a perfect lane that you can just run straight into the 50 snake, like just off the break, just straight down the middle, just straight out of the back center. You run right in between the snakes and just straight into the 50 snake, which is going to be crazy. But there's probably a lot of ways to shoot that snake guy because there's not so many huge bunkers in the center of the field. So even though it might be, you know, a straight shot in there, might be a little bit complicated to actually shoot that center snake guy or to shoot that guy going to the snake off the break. It's just kind of crazy. That's about it. Ben says, this looks like a fun one to play. Wish we could try it out, but every field is going to keep Tampa layout up. Yeah, for sure. Like I watched this past weekend out at Capital Edge Paintball Park here in Sacramento for the Capital Edge Paintball League. We just watched that tournament this past weekend on the layout. And it's very different. You know, I'm so used to watching the pros play, right? When we're watching the webcast, I'm watching the pros 99% of the time. And the layout just plays so different. We definitely saw a lot of guys standing in the open in back center, though. That was one of the teams, not one of the teams. On my friends' teams, the guys I play with all the time, the Street Fighters, they had 2 guys that would kind of just ghost in back center, right off the back center on snake side. It worked really well for them. Maybe. I don't know. Mark, you tell me, how well did that work? I think they went 1-3, so not very well. Yep. And we've kind of talked about Dynasty's, upcoming documentary, their All That Matters documentary. And I think we've mentioned it maybe once on here before, but you actually can go view it now. They've been working on this for about 2 years now. You can find it over on the Hormesis. There's a link in the description as well. You can find it at the Hormesis website, hormesisattire.com. But you do have to purchase something. So it's not free. You have to actually purchase an item from Hormesis. But they do have some cheap stuff. I think the cheapest thing you're probably going to be able to find is $20 t-shirts. Or a $20 mystery headband raffle would be kind of interesting. Although I think 1 in 5 tickets win. Yeah, so you do have to purchase something. Which, I don't know. It's just a little bit weird. We don't, in this modern world, people just aren't used to paying for things, really. So it's very, I think, difficult to get people to buy stuff. We'll just play the trailer for a second. It's just very difficult to get people to buy things, But I totally get it. They probably invested $100 and something grand into making this documentary. So it costs a lot, right? And they have to somehow recoup that investment. I mean, they have a music licensing and they got to pay all the people for editing and all kinds of that stuff. So I totally get why they're trying to, try to get some of that money back. But I don't know. It's just kind of an odd delivery method. I think at some point it will be available. I know there are also talks about having some sort of red carpet premiere at some point. Yep. But go, if you want, go check it out. If you want to buy Hormesis stuff, you might as well, right? Because, damn, did I close that tab? Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Yeah, if you want to buy Hormesis stuff, you might as well, because you're going to get you get this DVD or get to watch this documentary as well. I don't know how long it is, though. That's one thing I'm not sure of. Somebody in here could tell me. Ben said they charged me $10 for a 48-hour rental, and be done with it, or if you purchase something, you can watch it. So you can like rent it for whatever. I thought I saw something that was like that, but then I wasn't right at the top there and I wasn't going to scroll around forever. So you can rent it for 24 hours, or you can like buy something and then maybe keep it for longer, it appears. I don't know. This is supposed to be a news paintball show, but I'm not really, maybe not news. I don't know what the hell we're doing here. It's kind of slash news, kind of like slash doing nothing. And also, I should do that. I said I had like a correction I wanted to make about something. So last Monday after the tournament, I talked about this highlight right here of Chavez on Paintball Fit. That's him right there in that Paintball Fit jersey. It's kind of obvious. Tyler Harmon right there walking up. And I saw that and I was like, man, that's kind of weird. Why the hell is he just flipping Tyler off? That's kind of fucking bad sportsmanship and all kinds of bad stuff. But what I didn't notice is that Tyler flipped him off first. You can see Tyler right there. Because Chavez at this point is totally not, he's just like, doing his little jaw yappy thing. So I don't know, called him out for just being an asshole, and he totally wasn't, Almost flipped me off, I'm doing the same thing back to him, so I get it. And it's not like there was bad sportsmanship right here at the end either. They were both cool. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to say that he wasn't an asshole. Maybe Tyler was an asshole. Maybe they're both assholes. I don't ever flip anyone off. I don't know why. I saw... I did see him. What was I watching? I was watching Eastbound and Down last night, and I don't remember what the scene was, but there was a guy that did this. Remember when everyone used to do that? They'd be like, "Fuck you, buddy," and they'd do like this like arm thing. That was a thing. Like nobody does that anymore. It's kind of disappointing. Oh well. Maybe it's like sign language or something. Wolf Pecker says, looks like they're cool with each other, just giving each other a hard time. I hope. It looks like that for sure. It always kind of did. It was just kind of weird that he decided to flip him off. It's also weird that Tyler did that too, because Tyler's not like that, Tyler would get all hyphy and crazy, but it's not bad. Up yours? Oh, okay. Maybe you're shoving a fist in their ass. Yeah, Eastbound's great. Bring back the suck it. See, I never watched wrestling though either. I was just like, it's just a pop culture. That's the only reason I know about that. You heard something about Ninja going out of business. That I don't know. Although, I wouldn't... Really? I don't know. I don't know. Although I probably wouldn't hear that news until it was like, over, honestly. There's some people, industry people that I talk to kind of regularly. They would probably tell me or it'd come up somehow, but I don't know. Oh, here's Chris says, rumors bouncing around on Reddit and M. Carter Brown that Ninja is going out of business and may be getting taken over by Powerhouse. They're not answering the phones? Hey Siri, set reminder. Contact Ray from Ninja. Okay. All right, we'll figure that out tomorrow. That would be crazy. Seth, I do know that. Seth also says Ninja got a big government contract and is shifting to that. Well, who knows now? We don't know. Who knows? Ninja has been doing contracting stuff for a while, though. That does ring a bell, honestly. Man, that'd be crazy if Powerhouse took over Ninja, because Ninja sued Powerhouse for taking their intellectual property, like 5 years ago. So that would be very interesting if Ninja took, or Powerhouse like bought Ninja. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed just in general a lower volume in Ninja products. I mean, for a while there, it was like, they were easily the biggest tank manufacturer. I mean, 2000, I don't know, like 12 to like 18, even to like 2020. And then I think we saw HK Army and them team up together, and then Powerhouse teamed up together, made their own regulators. So there's definitely been more competition, and I guess, thinking about it, it probably wouldn't be that surprising if Ninja did kind of stop making paintball stuff. Because even before they were Ninja Paintball, they were actually a company called Pressure Specialists. And they, did stuff outside of paintball. They didn't just make paintball equipment. Huh. Interesting. That would be unfortunate, though. I mean, I think that if we looked at it, the Powerhouse regulators are probably the best performance-wise, but they're also considerably more expensive. I mean, the Ninja regs you can get for like $90 and like $70 and stuff. You don't have to spend like $200. So that'd be kind of disappointing. And there isn't really another good, inexpensive regulator. Like there's all kinds of these weird, just cheap, inexpensive regulators, like the same ones. Like HK Army has like their H or like F8 regulator or whatever. That's just a basic tank reg. There's a lot of those out there, but they're all kind of like a little bit wonky. So there's no like good, inexpensive tank regulator. I mean, that's kind of how Ninja came to prominence, was that they just made good priced, very well made things. So that would be kind of an unfortunate. Mark, what do you say? Can you explain how regs can be inefficient or efficient? No. Nope. I did one time. I tested, what's with that? Is that like double brawn? You have like brawny and brawn? I did one time. There was, let's see if we can find it together. Let's go to the internet really fast. And if we type immortal, oh gosh. Did I type that right? I can't even see. It's so small. I thought I left out an M. Immortal Air. So at one point, Immortal, I don't know. It wasn't one of these. It was quite a while ago, but I'm curious if it just even says on here. Because at one point they were like, it's more air efficient. They were saying these tanks, these regulators were more air efficient for increased performance, for increased efficiency. I don't know. But at one point they were like, yo, it's like, yeah, this does never make sense to me. It still says this on here. Unmatched efficiency, a step above our gold standard. One of the most efficient regulators on the market, up to 30% more shots per fill over the competitor. Yeah, I just don't understand that. So I had these and I actually like tested this and I could not tell a single difference. Yeah, I don't quite understand. I think that in theory, they probably could be more efficient because, you know, at some point your air passageways should be efficient, right? Like, say you need air to get from here to here, right? You got your, you know, tank here and your gun here or whatever. Obviously, air going straight is going to be the most efficient, right? And fastest route. If you have like the air going like this and it's all crazy and then it goes to the gun, that's inefficient. And at some point there's going to be loss in energy or something like that, right? And that could cause less efficiency or increased efficiency. But I can't imagine 30% because, you know, all tank regs just open. They just like, just blast air out. They don't do any than crazy. The air just comes out. So I've never experienced a tank regulator increasing efficiency. And you could say that somehow you could probably claim the efficiency is better by like, oh, it's less thermal loss or, you know, something weird. But getting 30% more shots per fill is like straight up just saying, you know, if you put our tank regulator on your tank on your 6845, you're no longer going to get 1,200 shots. You're now going to get like 16. That's just weird to me. But this was years and years ago that I noticed this, and it still says that, which is odd to me. I don't know. I hope someone could like totally correct me in there or something. Yeah, it's very odd. That just reminded me of something though. Let me try to find something really quickly here, and I'll show you guys something. Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna... Me, like, looking around forever is not the most exciting internet thing. I was trying to find something. There's some regulator test videos out, but I just can't find them fast. So that's not going to be very exciting for everybody, so... Okay, never mind. I remember now. I think I got you. Okay. So Doc Fire over here on the YouTube. Let's open this up. Bang. There we go. Doc Fire. Yeah, he's been around for a very long time. Lives local here. I've met him many times. I would say we're cool. I was going to say we're like this, but probably not. He's super smart. Been working with autocockers for literally like forever. Has his own service that he actually takes in autocockers and other guns, all kinds of weird stuff. Mainly autocockers and repairs and like tune stuff up. And you can see that he's really doing it, you know, like consistently uploading all kinds of different cocker videos. But on his channel somewhere in the depths of the channel, like, you know, just like mine, there's just so much stuff that it gets lost sometimes. But he did a whole entire series. Golly, I cannot type when I'm doing this. Did a whole entire series on tank regulators where he went out and like tested all kinds of different tank regulators. And man, I just don't know what to search for. Oh, maybe this is it. But he went and tested a lot of tank regulators, all kinds of different variants. He created like a dyno, like a bench tester thing to like test the regs and stuff like that. And his determination, is there not any different? I was hoping there was like a cool chart or something. CP regs, and I think when he tested this on the very, very far right is going to be the standard Empire reg at the time. And through all his testing, the standard Empire reg, like that right there, was the most consistent. So you can see like his shots on that left side, and there was less variation with that standard Empire regulator. So it's like even these higher end tank regs that he tested, let's let that go there. There's that Empire one, the Powerhouse one, CP. There's an Immortal air reg we were just talking about. And then a Ninja Pro V2 regulator. So even like, you know, all these high-end regulators, I don't even know if they're much that great. I really liked my standard Empire regulator, tank regulators that, I've used quite a few of those. I used to have one of the Empire 80 tanks that was all big and used it. So I don't know. That's why I've always kind of been like, not so high on like tank regs. I'm like, I don't know. They kind of just all work pretty good. I don't think that there's any of them that are just really, really terrible. Yeah. Hello, Zach from Grass Valley. What are we talking about a mini for? Where's this mini question? What sounds like something that doesn't sound right for a mini? There we go, Isaac. This weekend I used my mini GS and found my 48 3000. Okay, let me reread that. This weekend I used my mini GS and found with my 48 3000 tank. Okay. I was only getting 1 hopper and 2 pods before running out of air. Is this normal? Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, you could probably, I would probably say that like 3 in a hopper is right, but it's not dramatically different. I would say that a good rule of thumb for all of us, for air efficiency, is still about right. I mean, you can say you get about, on a 3000 PSI tank, you're going to get about 10 shots per cubic inch. So you just take that 48 and times it by 10 and you're at 480 shots. And you think about those 2 pods in that hopper, that's 500 shots. Your hopper's 200, each pod's like 150, 500 shots. So it's about right. I mean, I would say that the mini GS, the minis are a little bit more air efficient though. So you might on sometimes, or when everything's perfect, get, 3 pods in a hopper. But I would say that that's probably average, is about 500 shots. That's why going up to like that 68 4500, you're going to get about double the shots. Because on those tanks, if it's at 4500, you pretty much can multiply that volume by 15 and then just get more shots. I don't know what 68 times 15 is, but it's about 1200-ish or, somewhere around there. So it's going to be substantially more. Yep. Is Push going out of business? Why is everyone like Push going out of business? Everyone's going out of business. I don't know. I was talking at the paintball field today or yesterday, and the biggest turmoil or the biggest like upheaval we ever experienced in paintball was the 2007, 2008 financial crisis. When, mortgages got all crazy and whatever. The economy got really weird, and paintball took a pretty big hit during that time. And hopefully we can withstand whatever is going to happen to the economy over the next years or decade or whatever it is. So, Chris Martin, I'm with you. That's why I was like, dude, because I'll tell you right now, if we go through the same loss that happened in 2007, I won't be here anymore. I mean, I will go away. Most of the companies will go away. So that could be a big problem. Push has always been weird though, right? I mean, Push has only ever made one thing. So it's not like they're making a ton of stuff. I mean, it would be unfortunate if they went out of business. I don't want them to go out of business, but I don't know. At some point, you kind of have to try and like diversify or make more products, because they made the Push Unite like 2018 or something. That mask came out. They do make various bags and stuff, but they're just bags. I mean, bags are not the most complicated product. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to make new products. You can't just make the same mask for 40 years. I mean, JT did it, but I don't know. It might be kind of difficult for the average person. The Push Unite is not a Proflex. PB Lover 96 says, still more air efficient than my old Timmy. Yeah, probably. It's probably about the same. It probably is about the same. Intimidator, though, yeah, I'm going to make Bob Long video. I filmed a Bob Long video on Saturday, and hopefully that should be out pretty soon here. We're going to try to shop around for a sponsor. We're going to try to get Field One to sponsor the video, because I think that would make sense, right? Field One sponsoring the Bob Long video. And, yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to do a Paintball Fit video as well. You know, I wanted to make, there was a Dynasty video that I made that it did not come out. It's only going to be for channel members. That's a whole nother story. But the Dynasty video is just kind of about how Dynasty was so dominant through, well, maybe not so dominant. It's more about how Dynasty kind of like, kind of broke the mold of paintball or something like that. Because for a very long time, there were like 3 teams that were the best, right? Aftershock, Ironman, well, maybe not 3. Aftershock, All-Americans, Ironman, yeah, we'll say them. And it really wasn't until Dynasty came into the league that we started seeing like more younger and like, you know, more like, you know, extreme sport-oriented kids kind of playing paintball, and Dynasty kind of led the way of this modern wave of paintball. So that video is kind of about that. But, you know, one of the things that is crazy that Dynasty did, they were the first rookie team to ever win World Cup, and then Paintball Fit did it as well. So this coming Paintball Fit video, I want to try to do a couple interviews with them. But one thing I wanted to make sure of is that I can get footage to make that video, and I think that I've ironed that out. So I actually think we're going to be able to get footage for it, which is a big deal, because without that, it wouldn't even be possible. So that'll be coming too. There's so many videos that are like fucking like 95% of the way completed. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's like 5 videos that are like 90% script finished, completed. Not like, you know, I only got like 20 more minutes to edit it or something. Yeah. Ben, do you think Dynasty guys could talk to Traumahead and try to use goodwill to have them back down? No, I'm not even. I'm totally. It's over. We're moving on. I kind of have to just move on, you know, because there's another video coming up. So I don't even want to. I don't even care anymore. It's over. For sure. I mean, I'm with you. It kind of is unfortunate. I know that some of the Dynasty guys have seen it. So Alex Frage's seen it, and Oliver's seen it. I think Yoshi's seen it. The actual like full-length video. But yeah, I don't know. I know that the Alex and Oliver have actually paid for the rights to some Traumahead stuff. So maybe they can just give it to me. Ting ting. I feel like I'm racist when I say that. Guys, what's the best slide crash pants? I'm thinking of either the Carbon or the HK Armor. Do they actually call that the Armor? I've gotten so like lost on the names of this stuff now. Well, buy them quick because stuff's already going up because of tariffs. So like I know that recently GI Sports or you know, Core Outdoor has already started raising some of their prices. What do you mean the like what would you say the Armor ones? I just remember the crash pads. Oh, the full length ones, that's right. I was thinking about like just slider shorts. You know, I don't know. I think that for me, those like slider pant, full length pant things like the Carbon make, or like the HK ones or Infamous make them. I think one of the biggest problems with those is you really do need to try those things on. I mean, like none of them fit me at all. Like I just can't even wear them. You know, I get the ones that fit my waist. And then like the knee pad is like in the middle of my quad or some shit. It's like, so I just can't wear them at all. So it's kind of difficult. You know, I've never even worn the things. I think that I've not actually felt the full-length leg HK ones, but the carbon ones are very good. I think that the Infamous stuff out of all the pads out there are probably the best quality. But then again, the sizing is so crazy that it's difficult to, you know, be like, oh, you just need a large. Because you kind of don't. Yeah. I see G6Rs are going for $1,000. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? They need to make a G7R. Quick. I don't know if they're going to, though. I don't know. It's just so much, it's just so difficult. There's just so much money. What they really probably should do is just release the G6R. I mean, if they just re-release the G6R and, like, you know, maybe make a handful of little tweaks or whatever, but just release the G6R Plus or like the G6R 2.0. That would be cool. 2.0. That would be cool, actually. The G6R 2. Drew, do you clean your tank rigs? No. Who does that? Hell no. I mean, you should, but I don't. It just matters the person, right? I'm playing like a handful of times. Or not a handful of times. You know, I'm not playing super competitive. And, you know, I'm just out there to have fun and kind of hang out with my friends, really. So I don't. But if I was playing tournaments, you know, like I used to, I certainly did then. You know, I was taking much better care of my stuff. So you probably should. You should certainly change O-rings in your tank rag, re-grease your tank rag, but use the correct grease. You have to make sure you use a silicone-based grease. You cannot use a petroleum-based grease. Silicone-based grease only. You should, though, because a lot of people overlook that, right? You take care of your gun and, you know, you're changing your O-rings and making sure it's greased and not dirty and all this stuff, but you know, you need to actually feed the air in there consistent too. I mean, if the air's going in there all wonky, the gun's going to shoot wonky. So it's something you for sure should be doing. It's kind of difficult to say, you know, when and how much and whatever you should be doing because climate's going to have a lot to do with that. If you play in like a really dry, clean environment, you're probably not going to have to clean it as much. But if it's really humid and you're crawling around in sand or something like that, you're probably going to need to take it apart a little bit more often. Yep. Real question, is Axe a spool or a poppet? It's technically a poppet valve. I mean, technically, right? I've always been bad at that stuff, you know? Like, I know the difference between a poppet and a spool valve, but, you know, some people are always, you know, good at, like, telling you what kind of spool valve it is, and if it's like a dump forward or like I don't know any of that shit. I never have. It was always like very, very technical stuff that I don't know, just never really quite intrigued me that much. Enclosed poppet? Yeah, for sure. It's like the there's quite a few of those. There's like maybe not quite a few, but Bob Long again made a handful of those. The Bob Long Mark 6 was the first Bob Long inline poppet valve, I believe. You betcha. Mark, I'm with Mark. How about we hit that like button, yo? You don't have to. We're doing a giveaway for members in a minute here. So I don't go out of business. There's 115 in here. Wow, we're doing pretty good today. All right, all right. Everyone go to check out Doc Fire's YouTube channel. That's what I do. Yeah, those pads, the HK compression CTX Armor, they have like a 4.9 review rating though on the HK website, which is pretty good. The slider shorts, their crash pad slider shorts, don't have as good of a review. So that's something. Okay. Let's just do this review giveaway since we brought it up. So this is going to be a giveaway for pro level members only. So there's not a lot of pro members. Oops. Most of all of the members on this channel are the lower supporting tier, which is still goddamn amazing. It's not like you're better or worse. Maybe a little worse. But for those pro members, let's do this. Let me click my giveaway thing if I can find it. There it is. Bang. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we got, these things are from last week's live stream. Is it correct? Yeah, the Mo Money Tech gun covers. These are this. They're actually kind of neat. I kind of like it. This weekend I saw 2 guys using these and I was like, oh, they look kind of cool. They just look cool. I just like it. You know, I was originally like, oh, they're useful. But I actually kind of like it now. I kind of just want to leave it on my guns. So we're just going to give 3 of them away. I've got 3. And whoever wins their, not that. Whoever, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, they're just really to protect stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to spin this thing up. And then the way this works is what I'm going to do. There's no real, like, easy way to contact you guys because, like, YouTube doesn't give me a way to contact anybody. So what I'm going to do is spin this thing up, and then I'm going to post later tonight or tomorrow morning or something in the YouTube community area. So I'm going to make a post in the community area, and I'm going to say, like, you know, Ben, you won, or Chris, you won. I need your email. So then you can just put your email in a comment in there. And it's only going to be visible to like members and stuff. That's like the best way. I mean, some of you guys, I can probably get information other ways, but that's kind of like the easiest way, I believe, to do that. And some of you I actually might have email addresses for already. So we can also do it that way. So let's go and hit this interact button. And we'll just spin this bad boy up. So whoever... AJ! Okay, AJ, I'm going to write this shit down. You know what's crazy? I don't have, like, paper anymore. Like, I don't know. There's this paper out in the printer, but I don't want to go out there. We'll do it. We'll just look at this. We'll just rewatch the live stream. AJ... Okay, you can't win twice. That'll be the rule. King? Renz? Congratulations. Can't win twice. You're not going to win twice. You're not going to win twice. No one can win twice. There you go, Chris Martin. Chris Martin. So we got AJ, King, Rez or something? Chris Martin. Chris, you're actually in here. Okay, that's all. These packages are actually really cool, too. I actually like it. You know, I was kind of like on and off about these things, but they're growing on me. Okay, that's all. You guys won some stuff. AJ... Renz? Chris Martin. So, yeah, I'll like post that in the YouTube community area. So if if we're on like any YouTube page, let's go to Doc Fires, and there should be a community tab. I don't know, maybe if you've never posted a community post, it won't be in there though. But like if we type paintball ruined my life. Like if we go here, there's posts right here. And I will post a thing in there. There's also a members only sale that you guys can go find right now. That you can click more right there. But I'll post it in here for members only, like who won, and I'm like, I need your email address. So I can email you and find out an actual address so we can ship it. Zach Yakamek. Zachamek. Congratulations, winners. There's also other shit I have. I need to actually give other stuff away, so I'm going to keep probably doing these. We'll probably do another one next week. Although it won't be for these. It'll be something else. Chris Martin, going to give it to my Snake Eye. His CS3 took a mud bath. They're actually cool, too. I actually like them. There was a guy at the field with like an all black one, and I think someone with like a gray one. They just look kind of cool on there. Mark wants to know my chili recipe. Okay. It depends on like how many people I'm making chili for. It's not really that crazy, you know? Typically I'll do like a little over 1.5 pounds, or a little under 1.5 pounds of ground beef, 2 cans of kidney beans, and then I kind of wing it on like the seasoning. But there's going to be onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper, chili powder, and it depends on who I'm making it for, but I'll put cayenne pepper in there. It's really all. I mean, obviously tomatoes. You know, I'll put like, depending on what tomatoes I have, typically I'll go with like diced tomatoes and then puree or just crushed tomatoes. You know, just kind of wing it. It's delicious. I love chili. 80-20, what are you talking about? Oh, percentage? Yeah, I always get 80-20. I'm getting the fat stuff. I gotta gain weight. No real reason though. Does leaner beef, like if I got like an 80, like a 90-10, does it have more protein in it? It should have more protein, right? I'm not 100% sure. Sheesh. Michelin star. That's like the most basic chili recipe ever. The best way to do it though is like what I do is I get I'll make chili and then get like another bowl and put like Greek yogurt in the bowl, and I'll take like half a spoonful of Greek yogurt and then half a spoonful of chili. Oh, it's so good. Am I giving away a Tipman? No, I don't have any Tipmans, unfortunately. I do have an A5, but I shouldn't say that. Do I have my TIPX still? No. Oh, you know what I am going to do, though? I found this the other day. There's this gun behind this shelf. I don't really want to, like... I can't really, like, show it on the live stream, though, or they get, like, weird about it. We're just going to do this. I'm gonna raffle this off this week, though. We got to cover it up so they don't know what it is. They really don't like these paintball guns when they look like real guns. You know, I've had this for like... I bought this when they came out. The Planet Eclipse EMF 100. And, yeah, I've had it since it came out. And I've literally never used it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sell this thing and get rid of it. So I think I've had this like 5 years. So I think I'm going to put this over on the Facebook page, in the Facebook group, and just raffle it off. Because, yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I was going to use it, but I'm like, this thing's just been sitting here for years. It's never been used. It's brand new. It's just been sitting over there, and I knocked it over the other day, and I was like, holy shit, I should just sell this. So I'm probably going to raffle it off. I feel like an operator. Mark, let me run with it first, but then I can't sell it as new. I'm just going to buy another one at some point. I'll just get another one, maybe. Because I want to make like a MagFed. Like the first time I played MagFed. I kind of want to do that, but I'll do that like way in the summer. If I ever do it. Put this back. EMF 100. Yeah. You like my green lights at St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully everybody's, don't go get drunk tonight. Because I can't drink alcohol at all anymore. It's kind of disappointing. I just can't do it. Oh, man. I'm dragging stuff off the screen. Yeah, I can do raffle entries with every purchase. I don't know, maybe. That takes like a bunch of like promotion though. It would require me to like promote the thing and stuff. I'm not very good at that if you haven't noticed. What other like actual paintball news do we have to talk about? That's freaking all. Not a lot happened. You know what I'm like baffled by though? You know that I was nominated for I was going to say what the hell are those porn awards? An AVN award? I was nominated for female AVN. I was nominated for an AVN award for female performer of the year. And, it's kind of weird. Like who won? This was like, there was this award ceremony, like, over a week ago for the Paintball Summit Awards where they, we've talked about it a bunch on here. I talked about all the different nominees and like all kinds of stuff. Do I still have them on here though? I might have oh no, we still got them right there. Right there. Nope. Where'd they go? I forgot I have a blank spot. And we still don't know who won. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So like, the award show is a week ago, but like they didn't announce any of the winners. It's very odd. So like who won team of the year? I don't know. Divisional team of the year? I mean, some of these I know because the internet a little bit, people like said they won. I don't know who breakout team of the year is. I still don't technically know who creator of the year is, even though I was nominated. Dan Shelley, we know, won photographer of the year because that's the only thing the NXL posted about. Who was the innovator of the year? Who was the videographer of the year? It's just crazy to me that they have not announced the winners. It's so weird. It's like how, you just got to put a list on like the website. See, Ben, I know they won too, but we shouldn't even be like, I think so. It's like, I think they won. But like, how do you guys know that? We know that because like, random Instagram stories and like, oh, someone commented that somebody won. You think that you would be able to just find the information. It's like when any award show, like the ESPYs or the Oscars or like, they're just not going to post the results like who won. Weird. So weird to me. Maybe they're like waiting for something. I don't know. But every single day since the award show, I've looked on their Facebook and Instagram and websites and I don't know. Kind of weird. Yo, Brad, do you have any rubber barrel socks? Nope. I do not, Mark. But I have these barrel socks. God damn, this like computer stuff sucks, guys. I do have those barrel socks. The paintball ruined my life barrel socks or barrel covers. Barrel condoms, barrel blocking devices, barrel sleeves. I don't know what else to call them. They're only $7 a piece. Or you can get a 15-pack. Nope, you can get a 3-pack for $15. Those are pretty good. But no rubber ones. No rubber ones. I think that I don't like the rubber ones, though, honestly. I've never really liked those rubber ones. One of the things that's good about, just regular-ass barrel covers, you can just, like, fold it up real easy and just put it in your pocket, and it's not, like, big and bulky. But those rubber ones, like I always put the barrel covers in my pocket and like, I don't know, it's just like big and kind of annoying. I never really liked those rubber ones. And they feel like they're like harder to put on and I don't know. Don't like them. I do have those ones, Mark. Like that right there. They're pretty good. Randy, you have to pay extra to find out the winners. That's what I was like. I'm like, do we have to go? And then I was like, are they going to like release like a video maybe of the winners of like a, the whole thing? I was like, I don't know. I just want to talk about it. That's all. Who knows? Rogue Trouble. When did they start getting called barrel socks? I don't know, for a long time. That's why I was saying like barrel sock, barrel cover, barrel sleeve, barrel condom. There's like a bunch of different names. Barrel blocking device. That's like the official term, I think. I think I prefer barrel cover. I definitely don't like barrel condom. I stopped saying that a long time ago. Just like I kind of like switch out the word hopper and loader. I think that loader is a better word for your loader. I'm going to get a new loader. Hopper is just kind of, it's just stupid. I just don't like the way it sounds. I definitely stopped saying barrel condom. Working at the paintball store is when I stopped saying barrel condom, because you're like talking to parents and stuff. You're like talking to some lady and her freaking 12-year-old kid. It's just barrel condom. It's kind of a weird word to say. Barrel cover is better. So let's all switch to barrel cover, barrel sock, barrel sleeve. All those work. Barrel sleeves. Barrel sleeve's a common one too. Old Soul, how's it going? The cool kids are claiming victory early and saying anyone. Jesus, I can't read. The cool kids are claiming victory early and saying anyone saying different are lying. So paintball ruined my life, one creator of the year. That's fine. Did I though? What's really crazy though is like, what if I really did win? And like, would they have told me? Would I even know? Because no one asked me or no one told me anything. Although I found out by Instagram, by looking at my face on Instagram. So I'm curious, if I won, would I have known? Or would I know? Or would I still not know who won because I wasn't there? And I wonder if they like had any winners that weren't there. I also wonder that. Who knows? I just want to be able to talk about it. I'm just looking for things to talk about in these live streams, really. Wolfpecker. Like wolf penis? Or are you like a bird that's like pecking on wolves? I don't know. You still playing with the Etha 3 and EMEC most of the time? I always play with the EMEC. The only time I've used the Etha 3 is when I like had it for review. So when I did the review, I was using the Etha 3 for, I don't know, like a couple months or something like that. But I use the EMEC pretty much every time I play. Yeah. I mean, really, every time I play, I use the EMEC, unless I was like reviewing something or whatever. I love it. I mean, I think they're fantastic. It's perfect for me. There's like nothing I could really want more. I mean, really, it's the price that's so cool. I just like how they're cheap. I don't care about it. I could bang it on the ground. I can like just toss it around and, I'm not going to break anything. It's not going to get scratched. Nothing's going to happen to it. So that's kind of why I like it. I've always liked the idea of just having stuff that I can throw around and just kind of abuse, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm so over having like cool guns that I have to like take care of and like I'm all like baby them and stuff. I've had so many like cool paintball guns throughout the years that, the like mystique of having cool stuff has kind of faded a little bit. Yeah. I think if I had like unlimited money, I'd probably still have an EMEC. Tub Thumper. What's that one mean? Playing the tub. Thoughts on players taking their masks off on the field after points, like the barrel sleeve? Shouldn't we enforce this golden rule? You're 100% we should. And I mean, you can blame pro players for it, really. I mean, obviously, if you're like a brand new player and you take your mask off, that's different. Because those people just don't know. They're just, whoa, they just take their mask off because they're just not thinking. And that's just, inexperience. So that's not a big deal. The refs are always on that. But for sure, pro players do it all the time. And I don't like it. I've always said I don't like it. I mean, it's really cool, though, when you can. I mean, like, if you're, a pro guy and you think you can just take your mask off whenever you want, which they do for some reason, it is really nice just to be on the field and pull your mask up. Because, like, it's just nice, you can talk better and see stuff and breathe better. But it certainly does not set a good standard for everybody else. A lot of these paintball fields have, kids watching or, other divisional players watching. And it really, truly doesn't make any sense when there's like, 2 fields that are back to back or, 3 fields and you got like a pro team over there. And, as soon as they shoot everyone, they take their masks off. It's like, oh, that's the last guy. Bang, take your mask off. And they're just on the field with like their guns in their hands and no barrel covers on. And I think for the most part, nothing's going to happen though, right? Like, especially over there, I don't think we have guys that are like, just shooting each other with masks off. And they're so experienced that I think that like that kind of helps. But it also doesn't set like a good example, right? I mean, there's tons of kids that, look up to them or, people like me that look up to these guys and want to try to be like them or emulate them. And taking your mask off is like not good, So I don't like it. I've never thought it was a good idea. I don't quite understand it. It's like, why the pros take their mask off on the field? But if I did that, motherfuckers would be like, put your fucking mask on. And I'm like, why? Like, all these assholes have their masks off. It's never made sense. There's Dan. He does that. I know Dan Holiday does it. There he is. I do it all the time, admittedly. It depends on who's on the field with us. For sure. That's why I was like, yeah, if we're all Dynasty and Damage players, it's like, they're not a bunch of idiots. So it's like, we kind of know what's happening. I never do it if I know lower divisional teams are on the field with us, which is good, but that's probably because you're scared they're going to shoot you. I just have never liked it because it's always like, why? Like, what the fuck? I mean, they're just a bunch of idiots too. It's like, I don't know. It's always been weird to me. So I don't like it. But I have to tell you the truth. If I had my own private paintball field, I'd be probably doing the same thing. I just think it's like a bad, like, thing to like encourage like younger people to do. But it's not really a problem though. You're not seeing like, I go to the paintball field every other month. And I don't see like, it's not like people are doing it. So it's not like an actual problem. It's not like, I don't think it's an actual problem at least. Wolfpecker again. You gave me a good one to riff on there for a second. What's this? You ever see Madman's review of the Etha 2? I think so. I did see that. As soon as you said he literally threw it, I was like, I definitely remember. He definitely threw it 50 feet, covered in mud, shoots it with a loader full of paint, still works great, for sure. But, a lot of guns you could probably do that with. Throwing it's kind of crazy, though, because, depending on how it lands, it could break. You could break it. But most guns, you could probably do that, too, and they'd probably still work. But it is a good, like, I don't want to say ad, but like, I don't know, testimonial or, something like that. They're super reliable, though. It's not saying that, like, they're not reliable or whatever, but yeah. He actually made cool stuff. I don't know if he's doing stuff anymore or what the deal is, but he always kind of was, like, fun. What's going on, Cole? Mark, I just purchased some things in the store, Brad. Can you do a giveaway for one of my barrel covers I purchased? What? Like, the paintball ruined my life store? No, I'm not going to do that. You know what we'll do next time? I'll just do a giveaway next time anyway. We're just going to do a giveaway next time anyway. Let me think about... Yeah, I'm going to do... Next live stream, I'll do a giveaway. Without your stuff, Mark. I'll use my own stuff. But I'll do like... I don't know. I want to think of like 3 different packages. Maybe we'll do like a bigger or like a bigger member package. I'm like looking at headbands over there. Maybe we could do like a bigger for members. I can do like a bigger package. You get like a couple headbands and like, you know, some stuff. And then for like non-members, another one. I'm going to do it. We'll do it either way. Let me... I'm going to just put it in my, like, live notes. Bang. I got to try to get rid of some of this goddamn merch. So, if you don't want to wait... Freaking buttons don't work. If you don't want to wait, go to the Paintball Ruin My Life store right there. We talked about the barrel covers earlier. There's also headbands in there. There's a lot of headband styles. Some like, you know, crazy colors, more subdued colors, like that center one right there, the Olmec in Extinct Civilization. Those ones are kind of crazy. There's lots of barrel covers on there. Ben, raffle off the channel. That's a good idea. Yeah, that would be interesting. It's not a bad idea, though, really. Go buy some headbands. There's some, you know, cool stuff over there in the Paintball Ruined My Life store. They're only $30. $30 and $75 for that 3-pack. All right, I'll go back now. I hit the wrong button again. But then I think if I go back, it's still going to be there. So I got to hit the button again. Then it'll take us back again. Okay. Yeah, maybe we will raffle off the channel. Hell, I'd do it. I mean, if we get enough people, I'll get like... It'd have to be quite a bit, though. I don't think I'm going to get enough money to just continue, or just cancel the channel. I did have somebody offer to buy it in like 2018 or something. 2018? 2019? 2018? I don't remember. 2018, 2019, and it was a 5-digit number. I mean, it wasn't, you know, 999,999. It was on the lower side of that. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I did see that Major League Paintball somehow signed some new person to a something. I don't know. What's my favorite loader? Steve says. The HK Army Sonic. No. My favorite hopper is definitely Spires, for sure. Spire 5. You know, Spire 3, Spire 4, Spire 5. If you ask me, they're all the same thing, essentially. So one of those, for sure. Just because of reliability and simplicity, and they work, really. But we don't have tons of options. Actually, we kind of do have some high-end loader options, right? I mean, we have the R2, we have the TFX Spire, we have the Control. So there's hoppers out there, but I mean, the Spire is just kind of like so much better than it. I'd really like to see a Spire 6, though, with a little bit of the upgrades from the Control. That would be cool. Ooh, the Pinocchio. I never used a Pinocchio. I would. If someone had a Pinocchio, they wanted to send me a Pinocchio, I'd totally use a Pinocchio. Be really cool. I have a Spire 3, but it's not toolless. What? It's toolless. Yeah. All the Spires have like been toolless. I mean, you can't like 100% disassemble it, but you can remove the internals and take apart the, you know, whole bottom tray and stuff like that. Yeah, I haven't actually used that funnel feed thing from FreeFlow, but I don't know. I mean, like, do you notice a difference? You know, like, what does it do differently? I don't know. I feel like the rotors are so crazy. Like, you can have one that's like no problems ever, right? And you're like, oh, this one never's jammed and I never have a problem with it ever. And I've been using it for 4 years now. And then you get some other guy and he's like, I just got it and it jams every 15 seconds. So I don't know. Those hoppers seem kind of random to me. I think it's mainly based on like the size of the paint and stuff like that. But I don't know. I had the very first rotor when they first came out, like 2007 or something like that, I think. And it was fantastic. You know, I used the thing for like 6 years or something like that. It was great. The View Loader Egg was probably the worst hopper ever. Maybe not ever. The evolution was bad. I didn't like the velocity. People liked the velocity and stuff too, but my velocities always sucked too. They just were kind of crappy. I do actually like the Sonic. The only thing I don't like about the Sonic is they have that little like sensor thing. Instead of having infrared eyes, they have like that like piezoid like sensor or whatever. Those I don't really like. They just kind of like wear out over time. Their eyes just do not wear out. Just purchased the Control 2 and works great. Best loader I've ever had. I do like the Control as well. I mean, I have a Control somewhere. I have like the original Control. And they're about the same hopper. The closure's different. It definitely like is more solidly built though. The Control 2 is definitely a little solider. So it doesn't like, the top shell's not as prone to coming off, which is good for sure. But essentially they're kind of just spires, you know, a smaller version of the spire. I really like how they like cut off the entire drive cone in the new ones. Man, I don't know. I got one somewhere around here. It's super dusty. But I like how they like got rid of the whole cone. So now the new one's like, you know, flat in there. That's kind of one of the things I was like, if they did a Spire 6, I kind of wish they would take that whole like new drive system and kind of just do it. Control. Yeah, I've never had a problem with these things. It always worked perfectly fine for me. I just don't use it now. I don't know. For some reason, I don't really know why. I don't really know why I stopped using it. It's really heavy though. Do I have like batteries in there? It works. Let's check these batteries out and do something with them. I don't know what I would do with them, but we're leaving them there. Got my Pro Toy Speedster for $15. I can't complain. Those things are built like tanks. And it really just kind of matters what you're putting it on. You know, these hoppers are good for, you know, really high-end crazy guns, but I have all these hoppers. I'm like, I don't have any guns, but I got like every hopper made. Here's the Speedster. Look at how dusty that is. That'll show you how much I actually like clean in here. Speedster. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing's a goddamn tank. Like, you can't break it. It's like impossible. They feed like, okay, they feed like 10-ish to 12 balls a second, which is perfect. I mean, that's kind of what it's designed for. No batteries. I got lots of hoppers. Just, I got a Revolution too. Here's a Revy. Revolution. This is a newer one though. As you can see, JT Revolution. It is not a View Loader Revolution. Ooh, it's laggy there. I don't have any like really old hoppers. I don't have an Evolution though. It's one thing I do not have. If I get a backup loader, I'm probably going to get a Triad, honestly. I've seen them holding up now that they're available, for sure. I actually like the Triad. I mean, I don't I'm a little bit like not 100% sure on the reliability and like stuff, but they've definitely gotten better. And I really like it on the gun. They're built really well. You know, who was I watching using? There was some pro player that was having problems with their gun at Tampa, or they were having problems with their loader, and I can't remember which hopper it was, but I don't think they knew how to take it apart. I don't think they could get the top shell off. I just remembered that. I was like, well, that's why you got to know your equipment. But I really like the way that the Triad comes apart. It's got like, it doesn't sound, I don't have one, but it's got like these like TFX3, it's got like these cutouts on the side that they claim make it easier to aim. And I really do think it makes it easier. I don't know why. It just seems like you can get a better like view down the side of the loader because it like cuts in a little bit on the sides. It's also really long and super narrow. So it's really easy to like aim with. Not this, the Triad. So I like it. I actually like the Triad. I didn't think that I would. What is going on? We're like lagging all over the goddamn place. Freaking... I told you how much I hate computers. Have I told you lately that I love you? Okay, there we go. Let's see if that works. Good old freaking web browsers. We'll just shut it down completely. I'm just going to look at the one on the screen. The Apex C3, what was that? Ridiculously efficient, but the grip would get warm with 6 to 8 balls a second. Oh, the C3, the Tipman C3. I get what the Apex was for now. I never... did I shoot one of those? I honestly can't remember. We had them at the store at one point, like a long time ago. But I don't really remember, like, shooting it. I remember being able to smell propane. So I had to have shot it, but I don't really remember what it shot like or whatever. It was just kind of weird. It was just always like, it just felt like you were holding like a flamethrower. So it's like, what happens if like this blows up and like, you know, we all die or something? Thankfully, it didn't happen, and we didn't all die. I'm trying to open another browser. Dude, web browsers blow. Why do they just like kill all performance of a computer? I'm trying to get back to the live screen. We can see what's actually happening on this. Okay. Oh, computers. I've been watching your paintball videos for a while. Love your channel. Keep doing you, broski. I will, comrade. Dan, have you shot a Nova? Yeah. But it matters which Nova, because there's like different Novas. Like even like, you know, their old guns they're bringing back. There's 2 different valves, I think. There's one that's like closed bolt, and then there's one that's not. And yes, I shot the closed bolt one, and you know what it kind of like feels like? It feels like I don't know. It was a while ago. It was like 2 years ago, and I probably shot like dink dink. Here you go. It was like really quick. I don't know. I kind of want to say it was like, I want to say it was like, it felt like autococker, but like smoother than an autococker. As in, like, the cockers have so much mass, you can kind of like, not even the gun like air kicking, just like the bolt moving back and forth. You can kind of just like feel the bolt moving. It's not dramatic, but there's a little bit of like feedback from that. But with the Nova, that was kind of gone. So it felt like it shot smoother, but slower, sort of. So like, I think cocker, when you're shooting a cocker, it's like, you know, it's just, it shoots. The Nova felt like, it was like, it was like just slower. The bolt speed felt a little bit weird, I think. But that has been the only time I ever shot a Nova. It's interesting to me that Nova also nominated for Innovator of the Year, which is just kind of weird because they kind of brought back a gun that was old. But I do kind of want to see some of these things. Like this Dreadnought, this thing looks kind of interesting. Wow, $400 really is not that bad, too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know which... See, I just don't know that much about Novas, you know? Not a ton of information. Yeah, so they've got a bunch of them. The N1, and I forget off the top of my head which is which. There's the N1, N2, N3, and N4, N5. There's just too many. N1... Oh, okay, the Dreadnought. The Hellion. Oh, yeah, the Odin. That's right. I asked them to send me one of these, I thought, at one point. These are also kind of interesting. So this thing, you can make it like mechanical or pump just by like flipping a switch on the side, which is cool. So the N1, I'm like 99% sure is going to have their closed bolt system. Somebody let me know on this thing. I'm pretty sure the N1 is their like old school, original style valve or bolt system or whatever we're calling that. Those look cool though. I'm kind of shooting those things. That thing's kind of hideous. Those look really cool. I really liked the way these things look. On and off. So I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. N4s. Not N4s, I meant to say Novas. So someone said something about that HK Forgrip. Where was that at? Yeah, the N1 is the redesign of the original. Thank you. Cavari? I don't know. You sound like you're Italian. Where did I go? Oh, there we go. Did anyone try out the HK Forgrip? I've not felt it yet. I mean, I probably will pretty soon. That right there. They're $120, right? Are they $120? Or are they $100? Let's see if HK's website has them simply to find. Doesn't look like it. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Whoa. I saw it for a second and it disappeared. 120. I guess we can look them on HK's website. HK's website is probably better than whatever that is. Yeah, they're very expensive. For sure. $119.95. Yeah, they're just a lot of money. I think it's cool, though. So the reason it's expensive is because it's like machined from like a one piece of aluminum. So it's just expensive to make the goddamn thing, you know? They have to machine out the entire thing. So it's not like just, some quick, cheap thing. They have to, waste and use quite a bit of aluminum to even manufacture the thing. So it's not surprising, the price. I think the price is probably fair. I don't think it's overpriced. It's probably not underpriced. It's probably like the correct price for the thing. Even though $120 can, be expensive, but it's going on to, guns that are $2,000 or, $1,800, $1,750. So it is going on a high-end gun. You're not buying it for like, a mini GS or something like that. I think it's cool. The reason I like it is because I think that these weird shaped foregrips are just a little bit easier to hold. I like the kind of funny shape. It's the reason I kind of like, the Etha foregrip or the EMEC foregrip. I really like that, like, just different, like, kind of how it changes shape at the top a little bit. I think it's a little bit easier to hold. I really like the Empire 6 foregrip. The 6 foregrip was all like, gnarly looking. It was all crazy, but I just think they're a little bit easier to hold. It's also probably going to give a feel that some people like, that rubber foregrip on the front. Some people just like that metal, all that metal feel, so it might fit a little bit better for them. I don't know. What are we talking about? Trapdoor markers. The Alien. Oh, there's Old Soul right there. Alien. Was it the Revelation? Was it the first one they made? I don't know. We'll show people that in a minute too. Yeah, 120. I get 120 is a lot for sure. I get you, but it's kind of got to be that much. It's like when you're going to buy a whole body, a whole machined aluminum body for a gun, like from Inception or something. Those are expensive as well because there's just a lot of fucking metal and machining time. It just costs a lot to make the things. Okay, where's... Oh, that's why I'm all confused. The Alien Revelation? Whoa. Alien Revelation. This is probably not... oh, what's that? Maybe we should just read whatever that is. Whoa, God. A Revelation. Yeah, there's been a couple of these guns. There's been like multiple aliens. It's been so long that I don't even really remember. I don't even really like remember if these were like sold. Did they sell a bunch of these? I don't even know if they sold a bunch. They sold like hundreds maybe. So this gun, it's kind of hard to show or like illustrate without me being able to write on shit or whatever. Oh, there's a newer one. The Alien. I don't know. I just don't remember the names of them. Maybe this one's a little easier to show it. Maybe not. This one big? That one's fucking huge. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do, though. What is going on? I guess you can't open it in a new... I cannot open it in a new tab like that on Reddit? Okay, fine. Damn, I don't want to zoom in that much, though. You son of a bitch. So these things, they were wacky. I mean, obviously you can see the, like, barrel is way back in the gun. Let me see if I can even remember about this thing. So one of the things that was weird is the way that they like increased efficiency and like sealed off the breech was there was this door, and it's just hard to, there's no real good like side angle, but there, man, I just want to be able to show you guys the like freaking side of the gun or something. Hey, look at there. We're talking about it right there. There's me again. Well, there you go. So this was actually on the top of the gun, and there was, this is missing a piece of it though. And there was this like trap door, they called it, that slid over the actual hole. So every time you shot, it would like come back and let a ball in, and this thing would move back and forth to let paint fall down. And the whole concept behind that was that it would seal the breech off, so you wouldn't get like air to flow back into the breech or back into the hopper, and it would be like a little bit sealed off. I don't know. That's about all. I think that it was possible they could get rid of eyes with this system as well. Made by Jack Rice. That's Jack right there, Jack Rice. But then they made a bunch of different guns too. So it wasn't just this alien. There were some other alien guns as well. Alien paintball guns? Jack Rice? I think so, right? That's not an alien, right? Is that an alien? Or that like a... Dang. What's that other company that I'm thinking of that makes a gun that looks like this? Let me know in the chat. Who was that weird company from Florida? It was that weird company from Florida? And, man, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. I don't know. Talking about paintball companies from 40 years ago that never even really sold anything. J4, not the J4 Torque. Their guns were really bad. I don't think they ever made anything good. Not MacDev, not Infinity, not Dangerous Power. Those are all pretty good guesses, though. Zodiac? It's not Zodiac. Oh, Vanguard? Maybe it is Vanguard. Let's see. We'll do a quick search. Vanguard paintball guns. Was it Vanguard? Maybe it is. They're from Florida. I know the guy was from Florida. And at one point they were going to like 3D print a paintball gun. Machine Vapor, there we go. Good job, Switch PB. Nate! Nate's the man. With that $4.99, sir. Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's Machine Vapor for sure. So the people that made the Machine Gear hopper as well. I don't know though. Maybe they're not from Florida. Maybe Vanguard is from Florida. I don't know. I might be mixed up on where they're from. But Machine Paintball, yeah, they look really similar to. They just look really similar to the. I don't know, those alien guns. Just both kind of crappy. Morgan Spurlock. That's the name I was looking for. Who is Morgan Spurlock? Is he the documentary guy? Yeah, not Morgan Spurlock. Oh shit, he died. That guy died a year ago? He died May 23rd, 2024. Wow. The guy that made like a bunch of Super Size Me documentaries. That guy made like good stuff. What happened to him? I bet he died of a drug overdose. On May 23rd, 2024, Spurlock died from complications of cancer at age 53. Well, that's not good. So who's this Spurlock character? Spurlock Paintball. Paintball Spurlock. Oh yeah, remember Push? Well, we talked about Push going out of business. Remember they were coming out with that gun? We totally forgot about the Push Propel paintball gun they were coming out with. And I'm pretty sure that is just a Machine Vapor gun, right? How about there's an investigation into Mike Spurlock? Does anyone know about Mike Spurlock? The CEO of our company is considering reaching out to him for some product manufacturing. Well, I don't know. Mike Spurlock. Alcoholism. That makes sense, Nate. Huge alcoholic. Okay. Damn, really? Jeez. I mean, I totally understand how people get like drug addictions and alcohol addiction. You know, I got addictions. I just am thankful it's not, you know, something crazy. But that's crazy to me. Alcohol like makes me so sick if I like drink too much. I just can't imagine what it would be like to be like that all the time. It's crazy. Did Ninja go out of business? That's what everybody's asked that today. I don't know. I mean, everyone said they were, and then some people said they weren't answering their phones anymore. I don't know, honestly. I truly don't know. I mean, they're posting like new products like a couple days ago, so, or no, that was 2024. Never mind. I guess they haven't updated Facebook since last year, since December 23rd of last year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to find out tomorrow, though. I'll find out tomorrow. It's not a hard thing for me to figure out, but I just haven't inquired about it. Did business go out of Ninja? They are. Yeah, maybe not out of business, right? They might be like shifting their business a little bit. It's kind of like, you know, if people remember custom products, CP are a big company. CP is actually a company called Mesa Custom Machine. So this is actually CP, custom products. Anywhere, you know, we're going to go to CP Paintball. It's just like this company, like CP. Damn, their website has literally been the same since like I can remember. Jeez. But CP are one of the better manufacturers for quite a while, and they made everything. They made, not everything, they made lots of stuff though. All kinds of stuff. This is a bunch of weird stuff though. This is like new products. I just want like products. Oh, there we go. All kinds of barrels. They got barrels. Their one-piece barrels were very good. They're still very good. But there's all kinds of like little doodads and stuff they make for paintball. But really, this is that company. So CP, like a lot of these machining companies, right? Dye does the exact same thing. I mean, we have dyecnc.com. dyecnc.com. So this is Mesa Custom Machine. This is actually custom products. So they have, you know, other businesses, and you got to think that like if you can get like, you know, an oil company to like, you know, if you're helping build stuff for like an oil rig or, you know, some crazy shit, they're just going to be able to pay you considerably more than you're making when you know, sell a $40 one-piece barrel, you know. They're making like $8 probably or some nonsense. But Dye are the exact same way. I mean, Dye CNC, they, you know, apparently are making F-22s and cruise missiles. They apparently helps build the Hubble telescope, which there's no way. So I don't know. There's no way they did those projects. I would be pretty surprised. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe I should go work for Dye then. But a lot of these companies are just making more money in other industries. So it's possible that, you know, Ninja are doing the same thing. I've probably spent like $50,000 with CP over the years. 70 grand. I don't know, something fucking stupid. I mean, I used to order like, you know, 40 barrels a day, it seemed like. I mean, we buy so much CP stuff. They really are great. I probably got one around here. That's actually a CP barrel. So any of the like Bob Long, like that Bob Long one-piece barrel, it might not focus because it sees my face. These Bob Long one-piece barrels are CP barrels. I don't know, maybe I don't. Damn, I should take that off of there. I should get that mount off there. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I always liked these Bob Long barrels too, because they're, I don't know, they're just pretty good. CP tank regs, I hated those things because they were such a bitch to get off. They have like this stupid collar. I wonder if they even have them like on their like website anymore. Parts and accessories. Tank regulators. Oh, this is like one of the best products ever made. I use the shit out of that thing. Yeah, I didn't like that little silver collar to be able to get inside the regulator. Like that collar is reverse thread, and it was a bitch. Like it would strip sometimes, and it was just a pain in the ass to get off. So I didn't like them for that reason. They worked well, but they were just like a pain in the ass. Palmer's Pursuit Shop. What about it? What about them? They're probably still around, I think. Palmer's? I think Palmer's was probably the first paintball store that I went to ever. This is like a bunch of old people just like, oh, remember this old shit? Palmer's. They're like literally like down the street, kind of. I mean, not really. It's like, 5-10 miles away. But I'm curious about... I want to know where they're at, though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's Palmer's right there. And like my paintball store, when I had my paintball store, was literally right there. So we were like down the street from each other. Yeah, Palmer's is still there. They've been there, permanently closed. All right, never mind. I take that back. I don't know what's going on then. There's McClellan Air Force Base right there. There's a plane. Some sort of plane. Someone who's smarter than I am or more knowledgeable can tell me that. Anyway. Yep. Palmer's is closed. Like physically closed, but do they still have like online products though? Because like their website's still, like working and stuff. So hopefully if they're like, ship and stuff. Whoops, I don't know. Whoa. Ah. That's what I want. Palmer's. I mean, they probably still have parts and stuff, right? I mean, having a physical location is kind of ridiculous, though, for them. It's honestly been kind of ridiculous for a very long time. Best sellers. CO2 stuff. Ooh, Fog Dock. A female stabilizer. Interesting. Anyway. The 2-liter... Damn, old soul, you're making yourself old. That fits your name, though. Are you talking about, like, widgets? Like getting barrel widgets? Like widgets in the barrel? Glenn retired, and they decided to get out of the paintball world. That kind of makes sense. I was like, because they're getting kind of old. I think Glenn Glenn lived here. I don't even think Craig lived here anymore. So I don't think he'd been here for quite some time. Yeah, but Palmer's was the first paintball store I ever went into. I was probably like 17 or something like that. It was kind of ghetto then even. That was, a long time ago. Asking price, 2007 MacDead Cyborg. I don't have no idea. I mean, I would probably guess like... Gosh. I have no idea. Probably $200. I mean, the MacDev guns aren't very desirable in the first place, unless you're on Reddit. If you go on Reddit, for some reason, MacDev's like the best paintball gun company ever, which is weird. Everyone on Reddit has MacDev guns. So odd. Barrel widgets. Barrel widget is nothing you're going to see nowadays, really. I mean, you could go into a long thing, I guess. Why not? So let's just use this angel. So we have a ball detent, right? Like a paintball falls in your gun and it's open bolt. So open bolt means that like when the paintball, the air actually comes out of the gun, the bolt is in the open position. So the front of the bolt is right there. The air comes out and the bolt moves all at the same time. So it's like, it pushes a little bit, then it goes further, but closed bolt, so like on autocockers and stuff, the paintball falls down, goes forward, then the gun shoots. So the air actually comes out when the bolt's in the closed position. So it's like closed off from that feed neck. But, modern paintball guns are all open bolt for the most part. So they have a ball detent that stops that paint from rolling out. But with the closed bolt gun, the barrel is in the gun. So the bolt actually pushes the ball just barely into the front of the barrel. And that detent, isn't there anymore. So that paintball can just roll straight down the barrel. I'm not doing a very good job explaining this. I mean, you guys probably understand, but I could do better than this. Yep. So what you can do is you can get a barrel widget. So what they'll do is like you take a center punch and you can essentially punch the side of the wall of the shank of the barrel in right there so that it's just a little like real quick jam so that there's a little bit of a divot on the inside, just a teeny little bump so that it can actually stop the paintball. But it's small enough where you can shoot the gun, right? And it just passes right over that. Because, I mean, it's a little teeny little teeny divot that pokes up in there. And that's a kind of a barrel ball detent. It's really like for those closed bolt guns. So like autocockers, really autocockers and not auto mags, autocockers and pump guns. But Palmer's was doing it mainly because they were selling their own, like, guns. They were kind of autocockery. That's a barrel widget. There you go, Chris. Also, the nail polish was also a good one. I personally, I kind of like both, right? The widget is kind of cool because it's not, it doesn't wear away. You don't have to worry about it. You just, use the gun or whatever, or use the barrel. But the nail polish is also cool because it does wear away. You don't have to have it in there. And it's not probably going to be as like harsh on paint or whatever. Yeah. People were like, yeah, putting a little dab of like whatever, anything. You could use nail polish. You could probably use super glue or lots of stuff. I didn't like my explanation of the barrel widget. I didn't realize I was going to go off on a closed bolt tangent a little bit. And I don't know. Again, we're getting, computer problems here. I don't know what's with this, like, browser rendering thing. It just, like, goes fucking nuts and shit. I know, old soul, for sure. You need, like, a whole... You need to just paint the whole inside of the barrel with nail polish. That's true. Because they're just, all the paint's so small. That's funny. Oh, that's right. Did the Azoden guns have it? Or did they have that like O-ring thing? I mean, some of the companies actually like, was it Azoden did the O-ring? Because some of the companies, what they've done too is like, if you cut two, it's kind of the exact same way that the MXR detent worked, I just realized. But I've seen barrels, I think it might be Azoden, that they cut like two little teeny slots in the side so that when you can put an O-ring in between or on those slots, and because they're slots and they go through, the O-ring peeks into the barrel just a little bit so that instead of, that hitting that widget or the nail polish, it just stops right on those O-rings. I think it might be Azoden. Now that you bring it up, I'm like, man, I don't know if did Azoden do that? Yeah, old stuff. It's so hard to say, like, pricing. I don't even know the pricing on a lot of the used stuff. I would, if you really want to know, Facebook is probably the best way. There's like Facebook paintball groups that you could probably post in there. Or Reddit. I mean, Reddit's also good because people are always doing that, like, what's this worth on Reddit, on the paintball subreddit. r/paintball. What's on my coffee? I was really tired today. Kind of like spruced up a little bit now that it's 6 o'clock. Well, I don't know, guys. What else we got to talk about? If you have any burning questions, you should let me know. If I said into the chat room, if you have any burning questions or burning desires, what would that be? Burning questions or a burning desire or something like that. See if we have any real dirtbags in here. I'll bet that Spurlock guy could have told us. How much do you make yearly at the paintball shop? Well, I don't own a paintball shop anymore. Or did I make? Oh my God, I don't know. Not a lot, but I wasn't very good at it. I'm probably not the guy to ask about that, though. I mean, I never made, any money. I mean, I was just a bad business owner, too. I'd spend everything we got instantly. The employees probably made more money than I did at times. There's your weekly fart. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you talk to any business owner and they're going to be like, not a lot. As in the shop? Well, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Which year are you talking about? Are you talking about like quarterly? Are you talking about calendar year? Are you talking about revenue? Like how much revenue did we make? Or like what like the net was? I don't know. It depends on the year. I haven't thought about that in so long. I don't even know. But since the business was an LLC, it was all my money, technically. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I think revenue, the most I did in revenue was probably just over $1 million. So we probably did like 1.2 or something like that in revenue. But again, it's revenue, I have like, I got to pay this lease and there's insurance and there's all kinds of stuff. And revenue is completely different than income. Paintball margins are like, I bet the average margin at the paintball store is, 30%. So, you got to think that if you take 30% of that million, you got 300 grand. But then I got to pay, $5,000 a month for the lease. And then I got to pay $400 for the electricity bill. And, it's like, it just adds up so quickly that I didn't make much. Most sold product at the store or shop. I don't know. Like individual product or category. It's random. It's so different too, because it matters the year, you know. It would change obviously year to year. I mean, probably CO2 tanks, honestly. It's either paintballs or CO2 tanks. Get an Etha. Why are we getting an Etha? Category. Oh, for sure. Okay. Sold. What sold product? What most sold product? Oh, man, I don't know. I'm talking about like units sold or like revenue sold. Dude, it's probably paint, really. I mean, it's probably paint or CO2 tanks. It's either paint or tanks. That would be my guess. One of the two. Obviously, paintballs are going to sell the most, so. Who's got an MQ2 valve? Not this guy. Oh, pods. Yeah, pods. Pods are a good one because they're so cheap and people are buying like 8 at a time and stuff, so. Pods? I mean, CO2? It is probably paintballs, though. But that's a lot different for, you know, stores too now. Because, like, you know, I sold the store in 2018. And, yeah, 2018. And then, like, but paint's a lot different now, you know? Like, the paintball fields are a lot different. Back then, there were more paintball fields that were bring your own paint. And they were okay with whatever. But more and more paintball fields have gone to field paint only. So there's no question. I mean, I'll bet that like 2005, someone says something 2005 to like, say 2015, right? During that 10-year shift, I'll bet that like we probably sold in 2005 3 times the amount of paint at the paintball store in 2005 versus 2015. Mainly because the fields changed rules. They didn't allow certain brands and stuff like that. And then a lot of the paintball fields also would, you know, have like a special deal where it's like $65 and you get a case of paint and entry. And that was good. I mean, so most people would just go show up at the field and buy field paint. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm still not a good business owner. Skids a month. How many skids a month or pallets a month of paint? In 2005, I don't know, because I didn't own the store then. So I couldn't really tell you. I mean, I worked there, and I don't really remember. I mean, I was thinking, like, in 2005, the paintball store that I eventually purchased, Predator Paintball, opened in 1988. And in 2005, I worked there. But in 2005, we had 4 different stores. So just by the fact of having 4 stores was, you know, a lot. But I would bet between the 4 stores a month. Jeez, skids a month. Probably like 8, 7, 6. No, probably like 4 to 5, I would bet. And then me in like 2017 or 18, it was probably down to like a month. I was probably still selling a skid a month at the store. Probably more than that. A little bit more than that. So I don't know, maybe it didn't go down that much. I don't know. It had to have, though. There's no way that it didn't change that much. It definitely changed. So maybe we were selling like a skid a month or 2 skids a month at every store in 2005. I don't know. What's the average player pay for a case of paint these days? It depends. It really depends. I mean, because, you know, the paintball fields charge so much more. But if you go into a paintball store in California, you can buy paint for $45, roughly. Obviously, the stores can sell it for whatever they want to, sorta. But $45 is probably the low average, and then up to like $75 for like 5-star stuff like high-end paint. But it really depends. Like, that's in the paintball store, or like, you know, you buy it from BFP Gear online or whatever, online Amazon or whatever. It's like 45-ish. But then if you go to the paintball field, you know, it's like a good 20% more sometimes, depending on the field. I mean, some fields are selling paint for $100 a case. So could you imagine, Dan, $100 a case, and we're like, yeah, we're going to shoot 120 cases of the tournament, $100 a piece. I feel like, what? I don't know. How much does damage shoot? If you guys, like, how many cases do you shoot if you go, like, say just the prelims, so you play 4 games or 4 matches, how much do you shoot? And then if, like, you know, you make it all the way through the finals and you win the finals or whatever in the finals, how much? How many cases? It used to be like, I mean, we used to shoot, like, back in the day, like 2005, when we were shooting 15. We were shooting 15, and it was like 10-minute halves, I think we played, or something like that. I mean, we'd shoot 130, 140, or some crazy-ass shit like that. I mean, it's just insane. 80 at practice. That's crazy. I just can't imagine, dude. I'd be like, man, I just have to, like, I'll just shoot the ground a bunch. And just, I mean, you want me to, that's the only way I can do it. I'm like, just shooting all the time. When we're playing and when we're not. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's how, like, you know, a lot of the pro teams are able to, like, actually practice well, too, though, you know? You think about, like, a lot of the pro teams get, like, a paint allotment. So they're like, oh, we'll give you 1 million paintballs this year, or whatever the number is. And, you know, you can, I assume, get that, like, however you want. You could be like, we're going to take it all on Wednesday, the 15th, you know? Or, like, you know, obviously you're going to space it out, though. Oh, shit, I totally lost my train of thought. We're getting 1 million paintballs. I totally don't know what I was talking about. Then Dan Holiday, the gentleman is Shot Theory is Dan Holiday, veteran Tampa Bay damage player. So that's why I asked him specifically. He says, events we grab about 18 cases a match, then we give the rest to the pit crew. Yeah, that's probably right. I'd say, you know, 20 cases, just rounding up. So you're like 80 cases through the prelim. So that, yeah, sure, like 120, 130 cases through the finals or something like that. God damn, that's so much paint. Hopefully nobody has to, like, run back over to the paint truck. You know what I always hated, though, is how, like, I mean, you guys probably do this. Like, I always hated how, like, you know, pro teams would, like, save paint for them or whatever. They're like, we want this lot number, fucking whatever. Save all of that for us. So, like, Impact gets all the good paint or some shit. And then, like, other pro teams go over there and they're like, hey, can we get some of that? And they're like, nope. That's weird to me. I don't know. I mean, I guess they have, like, a better sponsorship deal maybe or something. But I always found that, like, kind of odd. That would be really frustrating to me if I was, like, a pro player. I'd be like, yeah, you guys can have it. You got to take all of it now because I can't, like, turn people away. If I was working the paint truck, I'd just give people whatever they want. You want the Impact stuff? It's really good. That's what I'd be doing. CPX is over $100. Yep, first come, first serve. That's how I feel. But I also kind of get like, I also kind of understand the like them saving it for their pro teams. But if you're saving it for the pro teams, I get, right? Because, you know, that's just what's going to happen when you get pro, right? Yeah, there's going to be advantages and things you get that you didn't get when you were D4. You know, that's just how it is. But it's weird to like not give it to the other teams you sponsor. That's where I'm like, man, that sucks. No good. The 190R, I don't think you're going to see a 190R anytime soon. Although I don't know. Yeah, most people don't know the paint problems unless you're like at the tournaments. You got to be like at the tournament. Definitely happens though. You're like fucking Impact's getting all the good shit, and we're fucking Uprising's left with all the bouncy stuff. Like, bastards. I want to shoot this ProShar stuff. I want to try to get a ProShar sponsor. I tried to get Defy. I was going to see if Defy would like to sponsor the channel and put the Defy logo right there. But I don't know. No one ever emails me back. I can't ever get anyone to email me ever, so I don't know. I send out emails like every week and never hear back from people. That's just how it is, you know. I feel like I'm gonna have to get like I'm gonna have to hire a Native American to do smoke signals or some shit. The Pump R5. Be cool if it was the EMEC 200. Oh, that's true. It is the EMEC 100, huh? Although that would just be the Etha 3M. Yeah, I was like, what would they do though? Because they'd have to come out with like a whole new bolt or something, you know? Because like they can't really like upgrade the EMEC. You know, the whole point of the EMEC is it's cheap. You can't like, you know, start putting upgrades on it because yeah, then it just becomes the Etha 3M. Defy is just a Chinese import. We use their supplier in the Philippines? Oh, I get it. I was like, I thought you were telling me, are you in the Philippines? I thought you were saying that like they're a Chinese importer and they import it from the Philippines. Like, what? For sure. I mean, I know we can figure out who Defy uses. There's a shipping manifest websites that you can actually like find. Oh, I was going to try to find stuff for you guys, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, there's shipping manifest websites where you can actually like see what companies are using, like which shippers they use, and then you can figure out which manufacturer they actually use as well. And a lot of the paint companies use the same suppliers, like, you know, Defy and Valken, or not Valken, but Defy and whoever, you know, I don't know. Other paint companies are using that same like supplier. And I was trying to, that's what I was trying to do. I was going to like, I don't know. I was trying to track down the supplier and who they actually like make stuff from. Yeah. Planet Eclipse, Denzel, I kind of agree. Planet Eclipse needs to do something they've never done before. Take a risk. Yeah, I'm with you on that though. Like, what was the most risky thing they've ever done? I mean, just probably the Ego 5. I mean, just coming out with their very first gun is probably the most risky or adventurous thing they've ever done. Just because, you know, they weren't really a company before that. I mean, they made the E-Blade and that's about all. You know, they had some Cocker stuff and whatever. So coming out with a whole entire gun was risky. Man, but beyond that, like, I don't know. I guess the Geo was risky. There you go. Just as I say that. Because it was the first thing to step away from the Ego. So maybe that, I still think the Ego is like more risky. Just because they'd never made anything. So you're like, who knows what's going to happen? Everyone could hate this thing. Then the Geo coming out, like, you know, whatever, handful of years later. Man, but beyond that, I don't know. The Ego was... I don't know if it was a hit right away, though. I don't think the Ego 5 wasn't super popular. I mean, it was, but wasn't. You know, I feel like that, at least around here in Northern California, I mean, the Intimidators were so popular because, you know, Bob Long was from Northern California, and there were so many guys around that knew him and knew everyone. So in my area, those guns just became very popular. But, you know, I think that, you know, shockers and the dye guns were still also very popular. I don't think it probably really wasn't until like 2015 that Planet Eclipse like became dominant. You know, there were obviously prior to 2015, there were lots of guns they had. They were selling, you know, tons of Egos and, you know, tons of Geos still, but not everybody used Planet Eclipse guns. Like now, everyone pretty much uses Planet Eclipse guns. There's fewer, or I don't know, there's fewer. There's dye guns have gotten a little more popular again, but I don't know. I guess it probably is the Ego and the Geo, because the Planet Eclipse guns have become kind of boring, but it is kind of the safe move, right? Because if you're a business and like, you know, you have all these like employees and, you know, you got to keep the thing going too. So taking big, huge risks is risky. And, you know, what if it doesn't work out and you just, you know, blew $20 million or, you know, $10 million or whatever it is. So taking those risks is scary. They want to stay with products that they know will sell, that are, you know, they know that'll sell, right? So just creating kind of like better versions of their already good products kind of does make sense. Chris Martin says, Planet Eclipse has zero reason to take product risks. Yeah, for sure. Just because, like, why? I mean, they're so entrenched. Like, everybody uses their equipment. There's really no reason. Like, you're taking risks if, like, you need to, right? Like, Chris says, Dye took risks with the DLS and MXR. And DLS did not go well. I held one of those yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Kind of like the MXR, though. But, kind of. But they had to do that, right? It's because Dye doesn't have huge market share. You know, they used to when the DM6 came out. But that's kind of why the DM7 and DM8 and 9 and 10, and they were all kind of the same gun. You know, until they lost a bunch of market share and no one was buying their products anymore, you kind of have to do something interesting to get people to pay attention, you know, like releasing DLS and MXR. So, you know, I'd kind of like to see them take risks because I think that it'd be cool for us. You know, we might get to see some cool things. But from a business standpoint, it's true, it probably doesn't make any sense, huh? Nerd in New York City, although you might be in the Philippines. I don't really know. I think that I'm with you. I think the DSR should too. I like the MXR though. I really like the MXR. I just think that the DSR just shoots a little better and it's kind of a better gun. So yeah, they definitely have the money. I mean, it's hard to say they have the money too. We don't know, you know. I don't know. But they have probably more money to spend than all the other companies, that's for sure. I mean, there's no question. Yeah, for sure. At least I tried. 100%. I'm with you on that. At least they tried. In the Philippines, originally from New York. Cool. That's funny. All right, I'm getting out of here. I want to go eat dinner. I'm going to go eat... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have. We'll figure it out. Gentlemen? Something? I don't know. I appreciate everyone who comes by. You know, like the live stream before you go if you're still here. You know, give it a little whack. Give that like button a little tippy tap tap taparoo. We should watch Happy Gilmore. And I'll meet you in the parking lot. Dude, that would be so good. Now I want to watch Happy Gilmore. There was a scene that somebody brought up the other day that I watched. I can't remember. I don't know. All right, guys. I appreciate it. You know, have a good rest of the week. You know, we'll see you next Monday. I'm going to get working on, I don't know, one of like 14 paintball videos. That's like 90% of the way finished. So just come by next weekend and, I don't know. In the meantime,